Hello, hello. Welcome to North Node Alchemy. Today we are going to look into the energies of the Venus retrograde for your North Node placement. If you're not sure where your North Node is, you can check the description box below. There's a link on my site to my site where you can check the chart and see where the North Node is on your birthday. All right, what else do I need to say here? I'm not sure if I'm going to put this all into one big video or if I'm going to upload each sign separately. I am definitely doing this intro just once. So yes, the Venus retrograde is from March 1st to about the 13th of April in 2025. It's going to start in Aries, or it has already started at the time that I'm doing this reading, in Aries from the 1st till about the 27th of March, and then from the 28th of March to the 13th of April, depending on where you are in the world, it will be in Pisces. Dates may vary depending on where you are in the world, but it's definitely in Pisces. So we're starting in the fire sign of Aries and then moving to the water sign of Pisces. This is also following a very watery, dreamy new moon in Pisces and a very auspicious and rare 7-planet alignment. So it's a time of a lot of possibility to step into your big visions, your biggest, most expansive visions, and to make significant shifts in your inner world, belief system, the vibe that you live in, the vibe you give off, and have the external world respond to that change almost immediately. What else can I say about this? Well, I'll take you through the spread that I co-created with my guides and some beings who I work with who reside in the upper echelons of Venus. I'm using the Flower of Venus pattern here, which is just a diagram that shows the dance between Venus and Earth as they orbit the sun. This pattern takes about 5 Venus cycles, or approximately 8 years, to create in the sky. And we're going to start with, let me get my notes. Where are my notes? Okay. In the center, we're going to have an oracle card that denotes the central theme. And then we're going to do the past self, present attributes, that being like some characteristics, traits that energies that you are working with that are working in your favor, let's say, or maybe not. Let's see. I don't want to get ahead of myself there. And then we have the future attribute, or the attribute to embody at the top. We'll talk about the energies that will be stirred up and energies presented during the Venus retrograde for you. And then we'll exit this pattern to see how you will exit the retrograde, or the resolution point of this stir up of energies that will be happening over the next 6 to 8 weeks, possibly beyond. They're telling me 90 days. So there's the energies that are stirred up during this time this is just a catalyst, but there'll be a lot of significant reorganization of energies during this period, the retrograde period, and the weeks following. So I'm going to jump right in to each sign. Thanks for sticking around for the intro, and enjoy your reading. Hello, Taurus, North Node, welcome. Let's get your opening oracle card. See what's at the center of this Venus retrograde cycle for you. We have Sub Rosa, hidden in plain sight, mysteries, learning and teaching. I hope this light is good enough for you, Taurus North Node, to see everything. I just don't feel like using the, like the camera artificial light when it's such a nice day outside. So let me read from the guidebook for you. Sub Rosa. Okay. The rose has been a symbol of secrecy for millennia. The ancient Romans wore rose garlands on special occasions when these were hung. The ancient Romans wore rose garlands on special occasions, and when these were hung above important meeting places, the conversations that took place beneath were considered sub rosa, or under the rose. It was understood that things said under the rose would be kept secret and not repeated. There's also an image of the ancient Egyptian god Horus sitting with a rose and holding his fingers to his lips, symbolizing silence about the deep mysteries. The phrase sub rosa may have its origins in ancient Greece, where in 477 BCE, a secret negotiation took place in a building attached to the Temple of Minerva, seen on this card. On the building's roof was a rose garden, hence sub rosa. Another otherworldly theory of the phrase's origin is linked to Eros, who is said to have bribed Hippocrates, the Greek god of silence and secrecy, with a rose to persuade him to remain silent on the affairs of the gods. This card represents the great mysteries that are available for us to uncover and remember, secrets that are waiting to be found, teachings that your soul might be ready to learn. Look beyond what your eyes can see and dig a little deeper. You're here to uncover lost wisdom, ancient secrets, and deep mysteries. Are you being called to study the great mysteries to live? Are you being called to study the great mysteries, to live the great questions, and step into your role as a teacher, guide, or mystic? Are you being called to question things and unearth the truths unknown? And the soul inquiry is, what are you being called to study, learn more about, or unearth? So this Venus retrograde Taurus North Node, you are being encouraged, led to a deeper calling within your heart and soul. But I feel that this is, it's like, if you haven't already had a nudging right now when I called that out, when it becomes aha, there it is. I think I just did a reading for you where an aha moment was in it. Can't remember if it was for you or for Libra, but hidden in plain sight. It will be so obvious. It's going to be strange that you didn't take that on, that you didn't notice it. It'll feel strange to you that you didn't notice it in the first place, because in this retrograde energy, everything will become very clear of how there were signposts all along the way. And it seems like it's something that's very natural to you. It's very, very natural to you. It's almost too natural. Like it almost seems unspectacular for some reason. Right? but the reality is, it is spectacular for you. Or spectacular in the world. It's just that it's so common to you that it doesn't necessarily seem spectacular. But in its simplicity, something about going into the depths of it, there's something very rich and complex, and there's many layers to it. Sub rosa, under the rose, under all of the petals. They're showing me a piece of art that I saw in a gallery not too long ago, and it was like all the paintings were different portals. And this particular portal was like, it looked like looking into the center, down the center of a rose, and it just kept going deeper and deeper. I loved that painting. It was really nice. I've created a collection of workbooks for each North Node sign. Connect with your soul's desires and take an introspective journey into your North Node astrology. This workbook contains self-reflection exercises, guided meditations, and a curated Spotify playlist to accompany on your journey of alignment. Discover your soul today and download your workbook at feministalchemist.com. Okay, let's see what's in the past for you. In the past, you have where am I putting this one? This one here. In the past, you have the Ace of Cups. And more so than the Ace of Cups, I'm seeing the beetle on here. I feel like you had a recent emotional overhaul of some sort. What caused the overhaul? This is, they're saying it's irrelevant. What caused the overhaul? But there is a new emotional reality that came in. And now this could be for a relationship started, a relationship ended, a child was birthed, but something created a new emotional landscape for you. And this may have caused a division within yourself. Because I have the feeling that for some of you, now this is not like a tower, this is just about your emotional reality. Something affected your emotional reality where right now you are now in this Venus retrograde is highlighting choice of how to act and what to act on. For some of you, a version of yourself was buried. The words that they're giving me is a simple truth of yourself has been buried, and maybe buried in something that is unnecessarily complex or that just doesn't seem like the environment for you. An environment where that truth can live easily. Like there's something easier about that truth not being on the surface, not being shared openly. But regardless, so here I'm not saying like, oh yeah, you got to go make some big life change and switch up your whole environment. And this is very much about something being clear to you, sub rosa, something being that simple truth, some clear truth being clear to you, and you acting this Knight of Wands in your future, in your energy to embody and act upon during the Venus retrograde, is that your intentions are clear on a very deep and simple truth about either yourself, how you see the world, who you are, gifts and abilities, what you believe about. This can be, different for everybody. But there's an essential truth that you will come into realization of during the Venus retrograde if you haven't already. And what happened leading into or in the period before the Venus retrograde is that there was some reason that this truth got shrouded. They're saying for some of you, it's like before the Venus retrograde, you already had this realization that there's something that is not there's a truth that you're not living in. And so you're living a smaller version of yourself. And this Knight of Wands is calling for this boldness, which does not necessarily have to be completely on the outside of things. It's about you being grounded and rooted in this truth, and it being a foundation of why you do, how you do what you do, and why you do it. So let's see what else for Taurus North Node. I got 2 on that one. So we have the Page of Cups. Ooh, yes. The moon. The moon likes to show up right now. It came up in the last one as well, last reading. And the 9 of Wands. Taurus North Node. You are being... This Venus retrograde will bring you... Okay, I'm getting 2 things for this. One, emotionally immature situations, or situations where you may feel emotionally immature. Now they're not saying that you are emotionally immature. They're saying that the situations navigated may tap into a place of yourself that is not as that you haven't exercised, a muscle that you haven't exercised. If you haven't led from the heart, or if you haven't spoken from the heart, for example, this may feel very uncomfortable for you. But for some of you, this is a person that is emotionally immature and manipulative. And this relationship with this person, whether it's a friendship, work relationship, or romantic relationship, there is something coming to light. That they are not there for your growth and expansion. That this relationship is limited and limiting. We're not making any predictions about what's going to happen within it. I'm just saying that for some of you, that is what's coming up. For others of you, if this is not a person, this Page of Cups in reverse, it's called the Knave of Chalices. And I don't know why they want me to call it what it is, but in this deck, it's called the Knave of Chalices. So let me get back to what I was saying. So for those of you that this is not a person, this is about, you will understand that there's something about you not flexing this emotional muscle. You not, like, this is coming out as the heart, because we started with the cups and here's the cups here again. And then all the rest is wands, and which is how you're acting in the world, your actions, what actions you take. There is, once again, we're getting back to the beginning of, there is a simple there's a simple truth of yourself that is not acted out in the world. And Venus retrograde is going to show you how that is affecting your life, what that is creating in your life, for the purpose of you, hopefully, making the decision to act on it in your life. But let's see what is to come, how you are to exit this retrograde period. Hey, we have the World and the Hanged Man. So exiting this retrograde period, you should could be the universe is inviting you to start a new chapter and be the full, to start this journey into really knowing yourself, to digging into this mysteries, the mysteries of yourself, the mysteries of the layers that are underneath this simple truth. And I feel like it's just going to be so light. And I feel a big sense of lightness and positivity at the end, because whatever road this takes you down, I feel like whirlwind, and then calm. Like, I just feel calm here. You have 21 and 12. So they're mirroring each other. 21, 2, 1, 1, 2. If you're wondering how you can work with the North Node in your life, check out my free tip sheet for living in your North Node. It helps you move with conscious awareness and offers practical steps for integrating the North Node in your life. This 2-page download gives you a summary of your North Node sign and a chart of key actions that you can take. Download your free tip sheet today at feministalchemist.com. So you have the potential here that a chapter comes to an end and a new chapter begins by this embracing of this truth and your dedication to living and acting from that truth. Let's see what the fairies have to say in support of your Venus retrograde journey. Taurus North Node. What do you have to say for Taurus North Node? Fairies are very active today. I'm very grateful for them. They say go outside. It's time to go outside. Tune into the powerful piece of nature wherever you are and feel at one with your habitat. I'm going to read from the guidebook. To close your reading. Okay. When the fairy queen of the forest graces your card, it's time to get out and get close to nature. The magic of your local forest or woodland is calling to you right now. Often the message is simply to get outside so you can recharge your batteries. We can forget to do this when we get wrapped up in our work, particularly if we're sitting in front of screens and computers. So if you can, spend some quiet, contemplative time in this environment. Find a place that calls to you, sit there and just be. Have no expectations, just experience your surroundings and be receptive to any signs. The fairy queen of the forest urges you to feel the powerful peace of nature and to be open to any signs, such as the appearance of certain animals or their reactions, that may appear during your mini retreat. You might need only 5 minutes, but you can be assured that this gift to yourself of being in nature will give you much more energy to get on with your working life in a more productive way. It would be wise to follow this advice from the fairy queen of the forest when she appears, because she knows only too well how precious the gifts of the forest are. If you're not physically able to get outside, then look at an image of woodland in a book or magazine, or as a last resort on screen. You can also use creative visualization to imagine you're outside enjoying nature. So to close your reading, I want to say, reason you need space to hear, you need simplicity and space to hear what is underneath. For some of you, you are a very, there's magic in, you do magical, you make magic out of simple things. This is what they're saying to me. You make magic out of simple things. You feel and experience the magic in the simplicities of life. You have deep down a great reverence for things that are very simple and given to other people. Like maybe you appreciate wooden furniture, carpentry, um, the properties of herbs, the way certain fabrics feel, like physical things. So that's not for all of you. Maybe you find magic in words, but there's something you have something deep. I feel a simple reverence, a reverence for things that other people don't see the magic in. And there's something so powerful about that for the rest of your journey. Because diving into that seemingly simple thing is going to be a very enriching experience for you, and also opens up some pathways that they're not showing me. I can't predict, I can't see what they are, but it's like walking through a tiny door that opens into a huge cosmos or a huge world of where you'll have so many new experiences and so much to explore and meet new people and it's just the starting point. It's the starting point of something really unique and special and meant for you. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, Taurus North Node. I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, do press like and do subscribe if you'd like to have more readings from me here on North Node Alchemy. And I wish you all the best. Until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.